Hey, what's going on, RMS? How many Sangors did you spend in total for Cuts? Cuts is, I'm pretty sure, part of my 4K club now. I think my 4K club is Merlin, Tamalancer, and now Cuts. What I mean by the 4K club is any SSR that's taken me around 4K quartz to get to MP5. So she's one of the three. There might be another one. There might be somebody else in the 4K club, but not sure. Those are the three that come to mind immediately. There might be another one that I'm just forgetting. But the ones I remember right now off the top of my bat, or top of my bat, what the fuck? Top of the head, are those three. So yeah, total. Yesterday was 2K, a little bit over 2K. But I'm pretty sure Kets is now part of the 4K club now. I'm pretty sure. Because, let's see, how much did it take for me to pull my first Merlin? I think it was like 1,000 in, around that. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's part of the 4K club. Didn't Jack take quite a bit? I'm not sure if she's quite 4K level because I did stop eventually. And by this point there's no way for me to tell, so I just don't feel like she was part of the she's not part of the 4K club. Is it worth summoning for Shuten or not? Yes, because she's voiced by Yuki Aoi, and that's pretty much the only reason you ever need. But no, seriously, if you want to roll for Shuten, you're mainly looking at getting either. So here's the two main utilities plural that Shuten gives you. One, she's a great assassin farmer because she also has a utility that can help other people farm better. So SSR AoE with a charisma that also double buffs herself because that charisma is also gives herself an MP damage buff for 3 turns, which is insane, honestly. If she were a single target, she'd be an absolute damage god, probably. But she's AoE, so you have to use her for farming on riders, I guess. And if you want to use her seriously, you use her as an art stall debuffer. Basically, what you do is you put her in an arts team with Tamo, obviously, and then you bring some other another art servant, like either a tank or somebody another buffer, and then you just keep looping Shuten's MP over and over and over, so she stacks her debuffs over and over and over. Her debuffs I don't think can be resisted. Maybe some of them can be, but the whole point of Shuten in an arts team is just to debuff the other team to the point where they can't do anything, and they just get poisoned to death. Obviously, that's gonna take a long time, but you know, it's funny when it happens. So those are the two main reasons: rider farmer and good farming buffer as well. Because I believe her charm also has the defense debuff. The charm is RNG, but the defense debuff isn't, or at least it shouldn't be, unless they have magic resist. Honestly, that's probably her best utility because not everyone's gonna try to do the whole art stall debuffer thing because that takes a long time and that's kind of tedious. So honestly, her best utility is a rider farmer, or a berserker farmer who also has 2 layers of team buffs. One direct buff in charisma, and the other one as an indirect buff by debuffing the enemies. So if you need a good rider farmer or a berserker farmer who has good party utility in terms of farming, then yeah, Shuten's excellent. Who do I want to use the free SR to get on? Probably, maybe Li Shubin. Li Shubin, that's how you pronounce his name, right? Li Shubin. Because he's one of my few SRs that aren't MP5 yet, and he's story locked, so he's kind of hard to get. And he's only MP2 for me, so probably Li Shubin at this rate, unless someone else shows up. Do you need multiple copies of spam her MP? No. MP levels only dictate how much damage she does. It doesn't. That has nothing really to do with how her spam ability. Just warning you now, though, her MP generation rate isn't that good. But I mean, if you have Tom on your team, it shouldn't be a problem, you know. Hey, what's up, Avenger Gorgon? Welcome to the stream. At least you don't need to care anymore about Luchadora. Oh yeah, not right now, until she actually becomes useful. I await the day Kets becomes useful. I will get my money's worth. I guarantee that. There's no other arts assassin. Technically, Phantom is an arts assassin. No one considers them as such though, because nobody ever fucking uses them. But also, Chiome is an arts assassin in JP. Carrie is also an arts assassin. Assassin Shiki is also an arts assassin. Unless you're referring to like SSRs only, that's probably what you meant to say. But I guess you kind of forgot that detail. If you're only referring to SSRs only, then yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right. Phantom, literally who? Yeah, Arcantus, what's going on, man? SSR, yeah, I figured you were only talking about SSRs. I mean, yeah, Assassin is kind of an arts assassin. He is an arts assassin. He has magecraft. He's got an arts MP. And he's got a double arts card. He's got double arts cards. I mean, what more do you want other than like a full-on caster deck? Nope, Sniper Slime. There's no caster in the game who has a quick MP. All casters in the game right now are either Buster or Arts. We have no quick casters. That has yet to happen. Ember farming or QP. If you want to Ember farm, you might as well do Hunting Quest because most of your drops should be Embers anyway. If not that, then you should probably be going for QP, yeah. I don't play Grand Blue, no. Yeah, Emiya Assassin has a really bad MP game. That's kind of his only issue. Or, he's got multiple issues, but that's one of the more pressing ones. Scotty has 2 quick cards. I mean, we have casters in the game who have 2 quick cards, even before Scotty. Now, if I can only remember if there were, if I can only remember an example of it. Because none comes to mind right now, that's for sure. I got all 5, Chris. Or all 4, I should say. Liz Caster? She has a full-on arts deck. Actually, that's a good question. Besides Scotty, who does have a double quick card deck? Kind of a good question, actually. Who do you want to get a costume next? Tomo, of course. Next year, Anime Weeaboo. Basically, if you want to know when a JP servant comes out on NA, just take the year that they came out in JP and add 2 years to it. That's when they'll come out. More or less. Yeah, I'm going to be making a video on the rerun. Or I'll try to. I'll see if I have the time. Should have seen that coming? Yeah, you probably should have. Is it worth to burn golden fruits during the rerun? Actually, it's a good thing you asked that. What's your name again? Sakata Gintoki. I see. I remember you in my chat before. It's a good thing you brought that up because how Rashomon works is that for the raids, they don't use AP. They use a separate raid boss stamina system. So when the event goes live, you're gonna have your normal AP bar, and then you're also gonna have a separate boss like event stamina bar. It'll be, instead of going from like, you know how the AP system goes from 0 to 140, at least it does for me, right? So you see down on the bottom left here, where I'm tapping right now. Ignore the wife who's whipping by. Well, he's not a waifu, but still, you get what I'm saying. So you see how there's the AP bar at the bottom left, and it ticks from, right now I'm at 23 AP out of 140. When the event goes live, we're gonna have another separate stamina bar that's right above it, like right here where I'm tapping. Don't get any strange ideas, okay? So you'll have eight blocks. So basically, you have 8 stamina. Or if we were to use AP terms, you have 8 AP. When you go to the event tab, you're gonna be able to select between like 3, maybe 4. I think it was 3. Between 1 to 3, basically 3 event like raid boss nodes, and they cost 1 energy, 2 energy, or 3 energy. Obviously, the more expensive ones are harder, and the less expensive ones are easier. Just based on it's based on Ibaraki's health. So last year it was if you wanted to do the 3 energy one, that you fought against the 6 million HP Ibaraki. And it'll probably be something similar for us too, maybe, probably. So because of that, golden fruits actually don't work. In order to replenish your event stamina bar, you actually use what's called dumplings. Alright, was it dumplings? No, it was rice balls, I think. Yeah, it was rice balls. And you get them by basically just playing the event. So when the event goes live, I believe the game just gives you a straight up full a full event energy or event stamina bar, so you can use it right away. I think, at least that's what I remember. And then I think, and then it takes time for it either takes time for that to regenerate, or you need to replenish it. I'm pretty sure it regenerates automatically, just like AP does. I just don't know how much time it takes for you to regenerate one energy. Was it 2 hours? I forget. I think it was 2 hours. Something like it sounds about right. So if my memory serves me correctly, you need to wait 2 hours per block of event stamina. And then, so basically, you go use up all your, just like AP, use up all your event stamina, and then, go to sleep and wake up, and then it's gonna be like, 6 out of 8 blocks or some shit like that, and you just keep doing it like that. The way you refresh your event stamina bar is by, like I said, consuming or using the whatchamacallit, the rice balls. The normal rice balls only give you 2 energy back, but the gold ones give you a full bar back. So the gold ones are basically gold apples. So for the event, you don't have to use any golden apples at all because they don't even work for the event. So can't even use it anyway. Can't even use the AP anyway. So. Oh yeah, that's right. It's called BP instead of AP. Haha, great name. Uninspired naming conventions at its finest. But that's basically how the event works. So yeah, don't even bother using your gold apples because they won't even work. At least they won't work the way you want it to, or you want them to. Oh, it's 1 point every hour. Oh yeah, that's right. Forgot about that. So it's even better. So yeah, basically you have a separate stamina bar for the event, and then you use rice balls instead of apples to refill that stamina bar. More or less the gist of it. Am I liking the new boats UI? Yeah, for the most part. I still do have I have a few problems, especially regarding font sizes and space management, especially on tablet, but those are rather minor. For the most part, I'm really liking the overhaul. Looks good. It looks good. How high can you get Melt's damage output at MP5? I don't know. Just fucking give her Black Grail. Give her Super Grail, Super Black Grail, and give her fucking what? Scotty, Nyanta, Waver, or some shit. I don't know. I'm sure you could probably boost that shit sky high. BP bully points. I wholeheartedly agree on that naming choice. No, I don't play Epic 7. Can buff Siegfried kill Ibaraki and hands? You're gonna need some serious buff stacking for that to work. I'm going to say no, because yeah, you're bringing George, who other than his MP, doesn't really offer that much in terms of damage support. Like, I mean, I guess his MP is technically damage support because he's enabling Siegfried to use his dragon damage bonuses. So I guess that's fine. But I mean, I don't know. I'm having a hard trouble. I'm having a hard time seeing if Siegfried could even wipe Ibaraki, because mainly what you're looking at here, if you want to do some quick clears, see, this is how I'm looking at the event, right? So I'm basically just looking at it like, okay, you go into, I default to the 6 million HP Ibaraki, and I'm just thinking like, okay, how can we kill her as fast as possible? So naturally, I look towards the single targets instead of the AoEs, right? Obviously, there are some exceptions. Gil being the main one, obviously, but yeah, I don't know if Siegfried can do it. He might. We'll see. I mean, Merlin's in the game. As long as you're a Buster servant, now that Merlin's in the game, nothing's impossible. It's sickening how true that statement is. No, the only two events we've ever had so far with BP are Rashomon and Onigashima, unless there are other Japanese themed events like the tower, whatever that event was called, the tower event from like a year ago. Raiko, maybe, but you're bringing a berserker to fight a berserker, and that's not really ideal because you're still only doing 50% extra damage. Ideally, what you should be doing is bringing somebody who counterclasses, so not a berserker. If Raiko's your only option, then sure, yeah, that she can do a lot of damage because her third skill is super effective against Ibaraki. But ideally, you're gonna be looking for somebody who does, you know, somebody who's not a berserker. Like if you have Karna, I'm sure Karna will do work, because he's anti-divine. I think Ibaraki's probably divine, right? Is she? She might not be divine actually. I feel like she should be. I know Shuten is for sure. Not sure about Ibaraki. Maybe not. How about Tota? Well, he's only a 3-star, and his attack rating is abysmal. So I can't really recommend him. He does have bonus damage against demonic, true, but I mean, if your go-to damage dealer is Tota, you're really lacking. Let's just put it that way. She's only demonic. Oh well, Rama's your go-to then. Fucking Destructo Disc of Doom. Little did you know we already had a Dragon Ball collaboration with FGO. We got Krillin and his name is Kama, or Kama, Rama. Berserker doesn't do double damage to self. Nope. Berserkers do 50% extra damage to everybody, including themselves. So, no. It's not how it works. That's why you don't really take Berserkers to fight Berserkers. At least you shouldn't, if you can help it. Everybody but shielded, yeah, unless you want to try stalling Ibaraki, which I don't really recommend because she hits like a truck. How about Robin? I'm sure he could do some work with his poison gimmick. I mean, we have Shuten in the game now, right? So, and Shuten's MP is a guaranteed poison debuff. So, Shuten's one of Robin's best partners because of her poison and all the debuffs that she gives. And plus her buffs too, so those two, Shuten and Robin are like BFFs, pretty much. I'm sure you could set up something for Robin. so he can do some wombo combo damage. There's a turn limit. Yeah, 15 turns. 15 turns is your limit, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and Robin can fail at poison too. Only if the enemy has magic resist though. If they don't have magic resist, they shouldn't be able to resist it, because poison is considered a debuff. Someone remind me if Ibaraki has a magic resist. I don't think she does, because most berserkers don't have magic resist. The only ones who do are like Raiko and like Lancelot. I don't think Ibaraki has a poison resist or debuff resist anyway. More specifically. She has disengage though. That is true. That is true. But you know, as long as you nuke her, as long as you get some nuke damage, as long as you pull off Robin's nuke damage, it doesn't matter if she disengages afterward. Her disengage, it doesn't really heal her for much. The debuff removal is kind of bad though, obviously for you. But hey, all you really need is one turn, right? Oh, poison does actually whiff against Ibaraki? Strange. Because the wiki doesn't say anything about Robin's poison skill being an RNG effect. At least that's not what I recall. Oh, excuse me. Tankiest 4-star of Zerg? Tanky and Zerg. Pick one. I mean, honestly, Ibaraki might be up there, because she does have Morph. And remember, Morph... Ooh, a double scare drop. Remember, Morph is a double defense buff, so I think at max level she should have a 60% defense buff, or at least 50. So it's not insignificant, and she's got her own heal too, so she can last a lot longer than other berserkers, but she's still a berserker, so couple hits and she's gone. Pew. Probably Tamacat. The problem with Tamakat's tankiness is that her tankiness comes from her MP, but you have to get her MP off. And she only has one arts card, and her MP gen is shit. So good luck trying to build her MP up from scratch if you don't have Waver. That's her only real problem. If you can get her MP off, then yeah, she can heal herself back quite a bit and make herself tankier that way. But still, remember that she's still a berserker, and her defense buff is not that great from what I recall. So, you know, one crit and she's basically almost dead. All your supports are Drake. Yeah, that's because most of the people on my friends list, we're coordinating our supports so that we have each other's Drakes on hand to farm this hunting quest. Hey Taika, welcome back, man. Yeah, and Tamakat's Morph only buffs once instead of twice. At least who is it? Ibaraki's defense buff buffs twice, at least for one turn. So she does have a pretty high tankiness for especially for a berserker for at least one turn. And throw on like what, Waver's buff on top of it, Waver's defense buff. So she's basically got 90% damage resist for one turn. But hey, sometimes one turn is all you need. Oh, whoops, did I accidentally use Maeve's MP already? Huh, interesting. Nope, emergency strats time. We'll do that. removal is before her MP. No, Ibaraki's removal is after, not before. She doesn't Amakusa you. She doesn't give you the Amakusa treatment. So evade and invul, stuff like evade and invul are still good, not guts though. Guts will not save you. So evade, invul, they're alright, because they'll at least protect you. You'll lose the effect, but at least they'll save you from her MP before she removes it. Guts though, that ain't saving you. So don't use guts against her because it's useless. For the most part. What's the name of this song? Glad you asked. Actually, we'll save that for later. What about Hurt's guts? CE guts don't get removed, so you can still use that. But not the skill, no. Alright, Drago. Thanks for stopping by, even if it was for just a little bit. But yeah, we'll see you later, man. It's good. It's good, Deus. Overall, I like it a lot. I still have a few gripes with some specific stuff like formatting in certain areas, especially on tablet. On tablet, it's very apparent that they still have some formatting issues because on tablet they made it so that it's no longer letterboxed and it takes up the entire screen now. But yeah, because of that, some things just look kind of off. In terms of formatting, but and the font sizes, but other than that, I don't really have an issue. I like it a lot, in fact. Which node is good to farm on? Shoho? Shoho? I don't even remember where I got her. Oh, what world does she even drop in? Like, I don't even know. I just kind of found her in my inbox or on my account. So I'm just like, where'd she come from? Also, by the way, I wasted all my buffs. Great. How would you deal with the Rashomon CQ? I don't know. Whatever's the fastest, honestly. I mean, obviously, Jolter's probably going to be the go-to. Because, you know, obvious reasons, I think. But there's plenty of people you could use here. You know, Jolter, Rama, Skaha, Okta, Herc. Herc, yeah. Both the Kuz, Carmilla, Jack, Kintoki, Gil. Tesla, Walter, in fact. Vlad, funnily enough. Nero Bright, now that she's got her interlude, so she does a lot more damage now. Hey, Chad, what's going on, man? Let's run this for the time being. Why is Tama your waifu? Arts meme, her theme in Extella, and Fox Girl. Because he has trash taste, Kappa. You don't trash talk my waifu in my stream. Haha, joke's on you, buddy. Hey Chris, what's going on, man? Chris Chu. There's a lot of Chris's in my stream. But yeah, we're all here to chill. Glad you can hang out with us. What about Suzuka? Suzuka is also precious. Death rate good enough for Nito? With double charisma buffs, I think she's just fine, just killing everybody with just straight up damage. I'll do a jolt or chain just to guarantee the kill. Roja, you don't need to ping me 3 times in a row just for the song. Actually, the first time was somebody else, but you don't need to ping me twice in a row. Just ask for the song and I'll see it. I've had to tell people off in the past for to get them to stop pinging me so damn much. Also, by the way, let me just make sure I don't need any more gallstones. I'm trying to just farm all of them, and Gouda too. Yeah, farmed all of it. All right. Didn't I already comment on the new boats UI headshot? I'm pretty sure you were in here. Oh boy. Nobody's really updating their supports now, are they? You just woke up 6 minutes ago? Let's see. Then who was the one who asked me? I think it was Deus. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Deus. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, looking back in the chat logs, you weren't typing. You weren't typing back when I got that question first time. So my bad, bro. Okay. Oh, did I accidentally blow my MP on the second wave? Oh boy. Let's just do this. Let's get our jaw to the third wave, and then we'll decide what we want to do from there. What'd you do? Well, since I spent the last 3 days dealing with only 2 wave nodes, you'll excuse me for forgetting that this one was a 3. Sorry, it's called muscle memory. It's kind of a bitch sometimes. And that's why command spells exist. Fortunately, we lost all our buffs there. We'll manage. Now used to 3 waves, Pepega. Yeah, especially when you've been farming 2 wave nodes for the past 72 hours. So yeah. Believe it or not, people actually need time to adjust to new situations and new, new circumstances. Only did half damage? Oh, well, guess you're gonna use another one. A true whale never spares command seals. Hey Nightmare, what's going on, man? Jalter memes. I think I'm only 110k off her max spawn, so might as well get her max spawn now and then move on to somebody else. I mean, we can just consider this a warm up for Rashomon. Ayy. Do I think Medusa will ever get a 5-star version of herself? I don't know. I don't work for DW. I pay them. Maybe they could. I don't know. Thought you had her max spawn? Nope, not yet. I was like certain you're gonna use Tam Vlad waiver. I mean, for old time's sake, probably. Now that, especially now that Vlad's got all of his buffs now. Basically, this is Vlad's final form until they decide to buff him again somehow in the future. But this is Vlad's final form, so yeah, for old time's sake, I guess I can use him again. Strangely, there aren't as many stingers dropping as I would like there to be. In fact, I think I've gotten more gallstones than stingers, which is strange. I don't know if they're really gonna buff Vlad again. They've already given him, what, an MP interlude, which honestly they should give him another one. But JP's never given double interlude buffs to a servant ever, so that's highly unlikely. They've given him a skill buff, and yeah, I don't know. Personally, I'm not really getting my hopes up that they're ever gonna give him another buff. At least not anytime soon. I guess we'll see, though. Alright, RMS, thanks for stopping by. Have a good one. Can MP1 Nidochrist work on 2-turn farm? I don't know about that. Honestly, I don't think so, because she's probably not going to do enough damage unless you have her, whatchamacallit, her insta-kill skill to like level 9 or some shit. Then maybe you could farm the dragon dudes reliably. I don't know. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't even need Nidochrist's death chance because she can just kill everybody straight up. Hey Grimrose, welcome to the stream. Level 10 still doesn't insta-kill all of them. Yeah, I figured. Because these dudes, the dragon dudes, are they're like those. They're like, I'm pretty sure the game classifies them as like mid-tier enemies. So insta-killing isn't really reliable against them. So there's that you have to deal with. Skill seal with vampirism. I would rather that they slap an arts buff on top of it, or like an MP damage buff. That would be good. Actually no, we don't need that because Tom already has it. What happened to the most expensive Merlin ever? TLDR, somebody that I know, another streamer that I know, asked me if I was going to farm enough materials to get MP5 Merlin while still being able to afford all the materials. He said it as a joke or as a meme, I didn't think he was joking, so I was like, challenge accepted, and I did it. So I spent 7 or 8 months gathering all the materials that I needed to get 5 individual Merlins to max level and max skill level. Once Merlin finally came out, I rolled for him, but I ended up having to roll 6 copies instead of 5 because I accidentally combined the first 2 without realizing that I had a meme to do. So I rolled for a 6th one. So there's your most expensive Merlin NA story in about a minute and a half. Be right back, lunch. All right, take your time. Yeah, my Jalter is MP5. My Jalter is my first. It was my very first Insta MP5 SSR. Very first. Jalter opened the door to a lot of dark times ahead. Because first it was her, then Raikou, and then Tamalancer, and then Merlin. I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. We felt up in here. Yep. Literally can't get enough of their shit. You want to pop in and see how to kill that last boar? You'll need a Merlin. The setup I'm using is a Merlin with Demon Ox King. It's a craft essence that it was an event craft essence actually that you could only get during the Go West event from last year. So basically, if you didn't play that event, there's no way you can have it. So it's Merlin with Demon Ox King and Jalter. Has to be MP5 Jalter. I'm sure you could do it with the MP4, MP3 even, but by that point you're gonna have to rely on face cards. Oh, I just realized. I'm going to have to exit out of the game because I accidentally used Jalter's MP again. So that can't happen twice because I ain't got the command seals for that. Alright, let's see. First of all, I need to disconnect from Error Server. Here we go again. Disconnect from Error Server. Open the game up again. Wait for the game to launch. Wait for the game to load. There we go. Reconnect back to Error Server, if it even works again the second time. It does, thankfully. There we go. Blow out everyone's ears, and resume. And we switch back the scene, and now we're back in again. There we go. And we're back. I think the camera is a bit too high, I think. And it's not because it was smoking crack or smoking weed. Don't worry. It's not that degenerate. Give me 1 second. Should probably use the crit skill buff, now that I think about it. Not that it matters at this point. Why not use Anti-Blonde? The default one stacks better, I think. Have you tried using Arthur? I'm sure he does a lot of damage, but can he one-shot? Got 2 gallstones, even though there's only 1 boar. Yeah, the enemy, the boss enemies like this giant boar can drop double boxes, even triple. The Lonugo guy, the Manticore dude that dropped Lonugos a couple days ago, could drop you 3 boxes. 2 of them could be Lonugos. Yes, he can. I calced it. Let's see, my Arthur is only MP2, and he's only at 544 skills, so my Arthur can't do it. Maybe your Arthur can, but how many clicks does it take to, how many buffs do you need to give him? And how much time do you need to spend setting him up? I'm sure you can do it, considering it's a huge enemy. But for me, this is faster. Plus, my own Arthur is not ready right now. he ain't ready. He ain't ready. Was almost about to use Merlin's Buster buff right there. Almost. Almost did it again. This is a demonic boar, right? Why not Raikou? Because Berserkers against Berserkers is not a very good idea. Not for you. Okay, Nitocris is getting real close to her max bond. $43,000. Doesn't matter what room you use your Merlin's Buster. It's a 3-turn buff. If you make the mistake that I made about 15 minutes ago, where I accidentally used Jalter's NP on wave 2 instead of wave 3 because my mind was still used to the was still locked onto the this is a 2-wave battle, not a 3-wave battle. Then yes, using Merlin's Buster buff on turn 3 is actually helpful because you can actually take advantage of that and not have it go away on you once you reach the 3rd wave, and then realize that for some reason you don't have Jalter's NP. As I say that, I use it now anyway. Haha! Welcome to the life of 2 Sniper 98. Our channel motto is free to Pepiga. The year is now 2019. Free to play is out of fashion, out of style. Now it's free to Pepiga. All my Pepigas, where you at? Reporting for duty. That's what I like to see. In fact, let's see. I saw this really good Pepiga emote in one of the streamers' channels that I watch. from time to time. Where's the search emote? How do I go back to it? Interfacing. Emotes. No, that's my submissions. Oops. Alright. Alright, so I enable Pepica phone. If for those of you who know what that emote is. So in a little bit, refresh the stream so you can start using Pepica phone. Is there a replacement for Nito in this setup? Not really. Yeah, not really. Unless you want to use Plug Suit. If you're okay with using Plug Suit, then of course you can replace Nito. Just throw in what 2 AOE sabers, and then plug in another buffer for your wave 3 DPS. You don't get stars from insta-killing an enemy? Nope. Because you don't do any damage. You can only get stars and MP gen from dealing damage. You don't get it if you don't get either of them if you insta-kill, because technically you do no damage. Can we have Monka? Honestly, for how much I use that in Discord, yeah, I should probably enable that too. Alright, added Monka. Actually, now that I'm here, I might as well just keep adding more and more shit. slowly but surely, slowly but steadily, I should say, increasing my my FFZ library. See you next stream. Alright, Rookie Asian Gamer, thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoy your time here, and hope to see you again. Have a good night. Jeez, this stinger rate is fucking trash. ID3 turn this without Nito. Double AOE AOE Saber. Bring a massive DPS for wave 3, and either bring a supporting DPS in back row to use with Plug Suit, or bring another buffer to buff your wave 3 DPS. Like, maybe you could use, let's see, just to throw out an example, you could use like Salter Saber, and then like a massive DPS for wave 3, like Jalter, like I'm using right now, and then use Jalter, and then what is it? Plug in like Waver or some shit. Either plug in Waver or another single target. That would do massive damage, like Rama. Rama's really good against demonic boars because of his anti-demonic attribute. And what else is there? Coup Proto is also very good because he has a skill that buffs him against big was it big? No, it was against beasts, just beasts in general. And boars also obviously count as beasts, so. In fact, one of the strategies here is scoped Nito with Rama and Coup Proto. If I ban my actually after this run, I'll test mine out because I'm pretty sure I can do it. So basically something like that. I was told this was a farming stream. Yes, it is. No salt to be seen here. No, sir. Would Sanzo work too? She actually can. Yeah. But if you want to one-shot the board with Sanzo, she'd need to be MP5. So if you want to use Sanzo, if she's not MP5, you're probably gonna have to use another MP after her. You got the scarabs you needed? Most of them, yeah. Most of them. I still needed to gather, farm like 11 more scarabs, but they're for, Scarshati, or Thick Caster as I like to call her. So, and she doesn't really need them immediately, so. Effectively, I farmed all the scarabs that I need. Which is good. I thought you were gonna try a team? Yes, I did. I just forgot, because I love forgetting. Do you have a public music playlist by any chance? Nope. I handpick my songs. Either that or I just tell YouTube to autoplay that shit. You mean you remember things when you turn off your brain for farming? I mean, normally I do, but not only am I farming this game, but I'm also farming my Grill's front yard memes because I need 2 more copies of the UMP's exosuit, or exoskeleton, technically. That, and I have to watch Twitch chat, and I also have to watch YouTube chat at the same time. So I'm basically doing 4 things at once. You'll forgive me if I forget a few things. What's the best note for Eternal Gear? Oh, just the gears. Free quest wise, I believe now the best quest is in Shinjuku, Barrel Tower, I think, if I'm not mistaken. It used to be Chicago, maybe it still is, but I'm pretty sure the new gear node is at Barrel Tower in Shinjuku. At least I'm pretty confident. Should you play Azure Lane or Girls Frontline? Try both. See which one, which game you like better. Better yet, play both. No, just kidding. Don't do that to yourself. Right. So this is the alternate team that the good folks over at Farmville thought up of. Oops. How did Chevalier de Aeon turn into Rama for a split second there? Ku Proto's third skill gives him extra damage against the beast enemies, and the demonic ore is obviously a beast, so it counts. Also, this team, so this team is very specific. It's very fine-tuned. People did the math on this, and basically for this to work, I'm pretty sure you need a max Fode Nitocris, at least in attack. You also need more or less a max Fode Rama, and obviously having a max Fode Ku Proto is also very nice too. But Rama's charisma also needs to be at a very high level, I think, like level 9 charisma, so that you don't have to rely on Nitocris's insta-kill RNG, so that she can reliably insta-kill on her own. We'll have her use the skill anyway, just in case, but... Maxfill MP5? Yes. All of them MP5. If not MP5, it won't kill with just MPs. MP5 that shit. Headshot, whoever's your flagship gets bonus XP every fight, and whoever's MVP also gets bonus XP. And those two can stack. So you can have your flagship be MVP and they get even more XP. So we need to put it like that so Rama gets the overcharge. How does MP5 contribute to damage specifically? Well, the more MP levels you have, the more damage you do. Increasing your MP level directly increases their damage. If that's what you wanted to ask. Oh, hey, look, those could have been double gallstones. But instead, what did the game want to give me? Double Zerk cookies. Thanks, game. Discord always gets you. Is that yours? No, I don't have my own Discord. I just hang out in other people's. I would say I would recommend leveling his charisma over his crit damage. Like, yeah, level his crit buff a little bit too, but I would say go for the crit damage, the charisma, because if you want to buff his crit damage, you have Merlin for that shit. Whereas when you buff his charisma, who knows? Sometimes you'll come across situations where you really need a stronger charisma, like in this case. That's just my 2 cents on it. Yes, I will, Benito. I guess it's that time of the year where people are gonna constantly ask me, "Oh, are you gonna update your 4-star video? Are you gonna update your 5-star video?" Gonna have to mentally prepare myself for that now. Did I encounter the bug? No, because I never redeemed it. I'm waiting for them to fix it. Or more specifically, I'm waiting for people to tell me that they fixed it. How much GP do you have? That's a good question. I don't know myself either. 2 million. It was at 169,000 last night after burning all my CEs for CE XP. Anyways, we're going back to the Jalter memes. Where's your tier list, Toho? Need to know how to play the game. Tamamo S plus rank. Everybody else beneath her. What are you guys talking about? This week they were supposed to give us double Saint Quartz fragments from our for our master missions, but on release some people did their master missions and redeemed their fragments, but turns out they were bugged and they gave you none at all. Apparently it's fixed now though, but I'll wait a little bit. Hopefully that doesn't mean I forget to redeem them at all. That would be bad. She didn't kill that time. Not to worry. You put Yanchi in your squad? Mainly because I want to get his max spawn as fast as possible because I don't really foresee myself using him very much. Alright, Aragon, thanks for stopping by. Have a good night. Yes, you are exactly right, Crypto. Any thoughts about next year's Summer Servants? For who? NA or JP? Duhane. It's actually De La Haine or some shit like that. Why I know that? Don't ask. Are you a fan of Sally? I recognize that name. Yeah. Yeah, I like their songs. Yeah, the original is better. I agree, Headshotted. May I recommend one? Sure, yeah. I haven't listened to their songs in fucking forever. Mainly on the felt dick riding train myself, so go ahead, drop one on me. This is from a long time ago. Oh no, don't worry. Most of the Tuhu songs that I know are from a long time ago. We're talking like 6, 7, 8 years ago. So no, you're fine. If it's one of the ones I listen to, I'll remember it. For NA, next year's servants for NA, so you're not talking about this year. Funnily enough, we already know what next year's servants are. Hey, that's a good run right there. Is Ryogi Shiki ever coming back? Yes, she is. We're gonna have a rerun next year. So you'll have one more chance. Anybody who plays JP, did JP get a Saber Shiki raid up during the FGO arcade collaboration thing, or was it just their MP interlude buffs? Because I don't recall the JP getting a Saber Shiki raid up. Just a strengthening? Alright. So that doesn't count. So yeah. As far as we know, you only have one more chance. Unless you get lucky and get her off this year's Annie GSSR. What is that again? A 1 in 47 chance or some shit like that? Will Nep get a rerun? Probably. I've been told that JP got a rerun on that, so maybe we will too. Are we gonna get anything in this year's anniversary? Hopefully storage expansion, cause fuck, I need that 450 storage expansion right the fuck now. Maybe the 15 St. Quartz GSSR, maybe. Like, I was going to say we were gonna get the back button with anniversary, but they kind of dropped that on us early. So I'm just like, well, fuck, they already gave us that shit. What else can they give us? One SGSSR in 2 months. Actually, less than 2 months. Command codes? That early? Nah, I don't think so. I think for command codes, we'd have to wait another year for that shit. That's way too early. Though I said that about back button. No, honestly, I don't think they're gonna give us command codes that early. That's not a quality of life thing. That's a content update. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna give that to us early. Nah, that doesn't make sense. That's something that directly affects gameplay. They ain't gonna drop that on us early. I mean, I guess you could argue back button directly affects gameplay, but not to the extent that command codes do, or not the same way that command codes do. Free GSSR ticket would be nice. Yeah, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Remember that DW are forever going to be greedy bastards because of Sony. So yeah, no, free 5-star in your fucking dreams. But no, seriously, that's probably asking for a little bit too much. Yeah, just dreaming. Yeah, we can dream, right? Feels bad, man. Now's a good time for my Twitch chat to spam Pepiga hands. I enabled it for a reason. Caster Artoria 1. We already have her. Her name is Caster Umu. One thing I want is earlier strengthening quests. That's not going to happen either. That's also one of those content that directly affects gameplay kind of things. That's not a quality of life. That's content update. Do we have Assassin Artoria? MHX. I want animation updates sooner. Yeah, same here. They don't affect gameplay. Sometimes they do, though. But for the most part, no, they don't. Hey, K-Droth, what's going on, man? Farming's pretty comfy. I'm getting more gallstones than I am in stingers, which I don't know how the hell that's supposed to work, but... Especially when I need more stingers than I do gallstones. Game fucking knows what I want. But yeah, other than that, it's pretty comfy, just listening to chill music. The usual. Whenever I'm not rolling, anyway. Anyways, it's good to see you again. Hopefully your night's been treating you well. And, heard on your stream that you were pushing for partner. Hopefully that goes well. Good to see us FGO streamers getting more successful here. First Ludes with the partnership recently, and then next is you, it seems. So, wish you the best of luck. Costumes aren't content. Yeah, those aren't content technically. I mean, it is content, but yeah, it's not like gameplay affecting content. But they won't give that shit to us early. NA forever scuffed Peppa hands. They won't give us MP skip. Yeah, haha, we're never gonna get that shit. You were that guy talking about the Arthur for this node. These are the calculations you made. I mean, as long as it works, right? As long as it works, that's great. It's just that I probably won't see myself using Arthur because, like I already explained, my Arthur is not very strong. He's only MP2, and he's only got 544 in skills. That, and even if I were to use him, since you're relying on a single DPS, and he's AOE, which is kind of a bummer, in this case. You're probably gonna have to put a lot of buffs on him to get him to one shot, or to at least clear. So, let's see. Yeah, we're good. We're good to go. So that takes a lot of time, you know, clicking a lot of buttons and such. Maybe it doesn't take a lot of buttons. I don't know, but yeah. Too many buttons? Yeah, that's what I figured. Basically, if you want a single, if you just want a single unit or a single servant to do a lot of damage, if they're AoE, oh, you're looking at a whole ton of buffs for that. Whereas with this Jalter comp, it's not a whole lot of buttons you really need to press, especially because you're pressing half of them on. I'm pressing half of them on wave 1. So it's pretty simple for the most part. Yeah, and also he's grailed too, so. Oh wow, Jalter actually didn't kill that. She must have gotten she must have rolled low. Well, actually no, I didn't use her buster buff. Aha, that's why. Actually, I'm surprised. Even without her buster buff, I'm surprised how close she came to killing it. Even without her buster buff. How many quartz average do you need to summon Raikou Lancer? I don't know. Do you feel lucky? Alright, Majin Beam, thanks for stopping by. Have a good night, man. Get some sleep. Damn, Rama is really good for this. I used him a little bit earlier, so yeah. He's really good. Turns out, people who have special effect modifiers as overcharges, MP overcharges, are pretty good in certain situations, as they're intended to be. But yeah, Rama's pretty good for this. That's music name. You're clicking 6 buttons total with Merlin waiver, but I do understand your Arthur isn't level, so you won't make the cut. Proofs are a bitch. I actually think I don't need proofs for him. I think I'm stuck on roots. Yeah, I'm stuck on roots. So hopefully Rashomon's root drop rate is pretty good on that. That, and I could also point out the fact that your Arthur is grailed. Not everybody has a grailed Arthur. Much less an MP3 and much less an MP3 Arthur. Now, if you can sit there, if you can tell me that that can work with an MP1 Arthur, then yeah, maybe. But I don't know about that one. MP levels are kind of important. That, and does he require Black Grail? Or what does he need? I see only one waiver, so what is that? Are you taking double waiver, or are you taking what double waiver with wait, you said it was 6 buttons, so it can't be double waiver because that's already too much. What is it? So it would have to be like Holy Night Dinner or what is it? Golden Sumo. Yeah, Holy Night Dinner. But yeah, you're still using a grailed Arthur who's MP3. Not everybody has that. Then again, you could say the same thing about me, but you know. Good. Damage test. Damage test. We do have to get through the first 2 waves here, though. So a true damage test would be a little bit tricky to pull off. Where are my stingers? Oh, there it is. Arthur, do you mean Proto Arthur? Yeah. What other Arthur is there? Hey, John Turner, what's going on? They've already made OVAs for Proto, didn't they? Like 3 of them. How about you? How are you? Just farming. Just chill farming. Alright, Oscar. Thanks for stopping by, man. And thanks for your kind words. Hope you get some good sleep tonight. And thanks for stopping by again. Mine's MP5 Neospace. If you have less than an MP5, you're gonna have to look at maybe trying to set her up as a set her up with crits. So maybe bring like Annie Blonde, Merlin. Yeah, if she's not MP5, like maybe she's like MP3 or less. You kind of and she's your solo DPS for wave 3. You're looking at having to use crits with her to finish the demon boar off. I think we're gonna get half AP Embers soon. I mean, do you really need them if you're just going hard on these? But seriously though, no, I don't know. Maybe they will. It's been a while since we last had a half AP something. Actual stingers this time, instead of fucking red gems. Half AP QP, yeah. Amazingly, I would need those too. I could sure use those. Didn't we have like half QP, half QP, not that long ago? Yeah, probably. How about we get it again? Yeah. Why is your Rama only at 111 skills? You can't even get into at least 444? That's what I want to know. Hey Julio, thanks for stopping by. Grind's going pretty well. Actually, not in terms of materials, but yeah, still a good stream nonetheless. Favorite Tuhu? I think I've talked about this a lot. Alice. Can you make a budget team for this node? Yeah, replace Merlin and Jalter with Ku Proto and Rama. This team. Best seed node currently? Do we even know what our best one is? Is it still Bountiful Seas? Please tell me it's still not Bountiful Seas. That's gonna be fucking trash. No, it's Babylonia. Babylonia at Fallen Babylonia. The Fallen Babylonia node. Are you doing a semi-free to play? I'm not sure if a Super Scope is necessarily free to play friendly, but you know, as close to as I can get, I guess. But this is the other team that I would need, and you don't need any SSRs for this, so there's that. If that counts. For French support, should you put lunchtime or carp? Probably carp for the beginning. If you had to choose between those two, probably carp. It'll probably help people out with like teams that they come up with, probably. Farming for stingers. Good luck, bro. Yeah, I know. They're not dropping very well. Well, got one there, but their drop rate is not that great. It's probably the worst drop rate for like the silver, like the silver tier mats so far. Which max have you been getting a lot in this? Embers and red gems. Will Raika be good for this upcoming event? She can be. Remember that you're bringing a berserker to fight a berserker, and that's not really what you're looking for. But if she's one of your only options, then she's not bad by any means. Onigashima Neospace. That's the one after Rashomon. You don't get Berserker or Rider? Probably Rider, because Rider does double damage. Yeah, I know that Raiko's third skill lets her do extra damage against Ibaraki, because her skill double stacks. The thing is, though, is that she's still only doing 50% extra damage as a Berserker, just as base damage. So the skill can scale very well, or you know, as well as it can. But for the effort that you're putting Raiko through that, why not just take a single target, another single target servant who does double damage because they're not a Berserker, and just buff stack them instead. Isn't Ushi good for Rashomon? Well, considering that doesn't Ushi have all her buffs so far? Minus her quick buff, of course. But that's recent in JP. But she's got her evade now. She's got her her upgraded MP scaling. So yeah, if you're free to play and you need a damage dealer, then Ushi could be one of them. Just buff the shit out of her and watch her go. Melt for bullying Oni? Maybe. Maybe. Because Alter Ego should do double damage against Berserkers, right? Does the boar have an evil trait? It has a demonic trait. I don't think those two are the same. But quick is useless. I mean, we have Skaha, we have Nianta. Both of them can give a 50% quick buff. And if nothing else, you can just give her Black Grail. What about an MP1 KH? Well, give him Merlin and see what happens. Nianta is also 50%. Yep. Originally it was less than that, but they gave her a strengthening buff very early on. So she's had a 50% party-wide quick buff for forever. Like I said, she's had it for a while. That's why I was using Nanta in that in the Lanugo hunting quest when I streamed it for a little bit.
Time passes, you are gone. But my heart is still feeling you will come back to me. I miss all the night and day with you, but smiling days and crying days. I know that can't be true. I know can't go back forever. So tonight I have to go. I want to overcome. Yes, a night without you. I say goodbye to the days where I spent with you. Tonight, I have to go to tomorrow. I went to for a street, but thinking of you and
What's the lineup good for farming gourds? I remember for the first couple of days to clear out shop, I ran Gil, and instead of doing the 6 million Ibaraki, I did the 1 million because Gil can easily back then Gil could easily clear 1 mil with just like double waiver. So I just did that shit over and over until I cleared shop, and then went over to 3 energy, the 3 BP quest, and just started bullying Banana until I did the damage ladder. Did you always have the blue border? Probably. The one you see at the little bottom there. It's probably because of bad cropping, honestly. But yeah, it's always been there.
Say goodbye to the days that I spent with you. To you, thank you for all the great memories. I say goodbye to the days that I spent with you. I have to go to tomorrow. I want you for a street of thinking of.
Imagine now. Back then, Gil was MP3 and Merlin didn't exist. Yep. Times have changed. But war never changes. God, I hate the fact that they still haven't fixed the whole unresponsiveness issue. I guess NA forever scuffed. Unresponsive to what regard? Whenever I tap on my tablet, the game will recognize that I've tapped my screen, except it won't actually register the hit. JP had that for a while too. That means that they didn't even bother fixing it for NA, just gave that same bug to us. Reminds me of the time where they gave us the exact same the CE bug from a year and a half ago when London first dropped. Good old lazy ass fucking DW. Had to tap one of Nito's command cards like 5 times for it to be selected. I think it's from my own little testing, like my 5 minutes of testing, it doesn't register buttons if you tap the screen too hard. So for example, yeah, like that. Yeah, like that. So if you can clearly see that I am tapping the button because you see it show up on the game. You see the response stimuli on the tablet of the game, because whenever you tap something, it makes that little. You can see the tapping indicator. You can see where I'm tapping, but sometimes if you tap the screen too hard, the game will recognize that you're tapping the screen, but it won't select it won't do what you're trying to tell it to do. So that, and you can't also tap too fast. If you tap too fast, like if let's say I want to tap these 3 cards in quick succession, like Jalter's Buster, Merlin's Arts, and then Nito's MP. If I tap it too fast, then sometimes that won't register either. Let's see if it works this time. It worked that time. But sometimes, if I tap too fast in quick succession, the game won't register that either. So sometimes you'll notice me tap 3 cards to play the MP, and then look away, and then not realize that the MP isn't going on because the game didn't think I selected a 3rd card yet. So that can sometimes happen. It's been happening ever since CCC. Before that, everything was fine. The game was perfectly responsive. But ever since the CCC update, that kind of fucked us up. I guess it's a price we have to pay for our back button. What are you playing on again? Tablet? Yeah, I'm tablet. Maybe it's like a tablet exclusive thing. I don't know how it is on phones, because now I just play FG on my tablet mainly. Game wants you to be gentle. Yeah. Yeah. After how much quartz I fucking blow on this game? Give me a fucking break. The game wants us to be gentle on it. Yeah, let's talk about how much money you suck from us first. Fucking dipshits. Small price to pay for salvation, I guess. Does Clairvoyance EX still exist? For the most part, yes. Phone is fine, but tablet's how you mentioned. Interesting. Well, hopefully they fix it sometime. Nah, it's not only just you, Fernando. I noticed it immediately when CCC we got the update for CCC. DW, small indie company, by the way, had $3 billion in profit, by the way. Was it profit or just overall sales? I think it was profit. Small indie devs, by the way. If there were one new feature you could add to FGO, what would you add? MP skip. Lots of people say that as a meme. I say it with complete unirony, unirony, is that if that's even a word. Sometimes people just say, "Oh, we want MP skip," just as a meme, and they don't really mean it. I say that unironically. Give me my fucking MP skip, because imagine how fast farming would be if we had legit MP skip. We won't have to deal with all this shit. Every run could be less than a minute long, instead of like 2 or 3 minutes. But no, we want you to appreciate what our animators and what our developers have worked so hard for you guys on, worked so hard on for you guys. Yeah, we show our appreciation through our fucking money. Now give us our fucking MP skip already, you bastards. Buffing often takes longer than quick animation MPs though. Unless you're one of those servants from the beginning of the game or Paul Bunyan, that doesn't really apply because at a certain point, DW has made a lot of effort to make people's MPs as flashy as possible. So you can make that argument about, like I said, servants from the beginning of the game or whatnot, but not really nowadays. Not really. Hey Fubuki, how's it going? Just chill grinding the gallstone though. DW's down for it, but Type Moon won't. Either way, somebody in the Type Moon tree, whether it's DW or Type Moon, doesn't want it to happen. So doesn't really matter who. I'm just blaming DW because obviously they're the ones in direct control of the game. If it's Type Moon, then yeah, fuck Type Moon then. Like, what else is Takuchi and Nasu doing with their fucking gacha money? That $3 billion had to go somewhere, right? The fuck are they doing with that? They sure aren't using that to work on Tsukihime 2. That's a fucking joke, and you know it. Ultra fast MP animation. I mean, we already have normal, and fast, and the fast is our normal mode now. Nice double stingers. Any recommendation for the next free SR? Unless you know you want to go after a specific SR, I would recommend picking from like a one of the story locked SSRs. Honestly, because story locked servants are usually harder to come by. So. You get more damage from default than any blonde? In my case, yes. I already have 3 Buster buffs. It's better for me to give Jalter an attack buff, so that the stacking is better. Azure Line 60 FPS, yeah, it's great. It's really great. Super responsive on my phone, and I can definitely notice the improvement. So it's good. So basically, a list of SRs and a story gacha. Yeah, pretty much. Because typically the story locked servants are harder to get than the permanent ones. Because whenever you roll a gacha, you know, if there's an SR on permanent gacha, then there's always a chance that they'll show up in spooky, right? Whereas with the story locked servants, unless it's their rate up specifically, they have no chance. So that's my logic behind it. I don't know. Salter or Lancer Alter, they're both very good for farming. Lalter can also double as a crit Lancer though, so she has a bit more flexibility in that regard. How do you get so many high-level servants? Ah, that's a good question. By being what did a cool kid say in these days? What's that called? By being free to play. I think that's the proper terminology that people are using these days. Who are the story locked SRs? Media Lily, who else? Oh god, can I list them all? Fuck. There's a lot. There's a lot. Nero, Chad, for Sabers anyway. Nero, Chad. There might be another one. Bediver is actually story locked, but he's a 3-star. For archers, there's the ones I can remember are Tristan. I think there's another story locked archer in there somewhere. Tristan's the one that I can remember right now. Lancers, Li Shibun. There's a lot. There's quite a few. No, Drake is permanent. And she's an SSR, not an SR. Damia story locked, yes. Who's better overall, Gawain or Salter? Overall, probably Salter, honestly. Chad is very convenient for farming, and he can also sometimes solo, though it's difficult soloing with him because he has a guts, but it's only for one turn. So you basically have to time that guts right. But you can solo with him sometimes. Hey Brendan, what's going on, man? Farming's going not that well, honestly. I really wanted there to be a better stinger drop rate, but doesn't really seem to be the case, but it's fine. I got to hang out with chat. Did I accidentally use Jalter's first skill somehow? Yeah, Demia's story locked, yes. Nursery's not story locked, she's permanent. Many story ones still got plenty of rate ups. Some do. Like Demia, I think Demia gets a few. I mean, he's already had 2 rate ups so far. So Demia, I think Salter gets quite a few as well, just because she's Salter. But there are others who don't really show up all that often. Like Lee Shibun, at least for the first couple of years of FGO, he doesn't really show up all that often. Like what one of his only rate ups was Go West, and has he had any others so far? I don't even think so. Have you ever been badly spooked before? Yeah. Back when I was rolling for Tama Lancer, I got a Rainbow Spark. Summon, and it turned out to be Vlad. So that was fun. Also, when I was rolling for Kiara, I got spooked by four different SSRs while I was trying to get her to MP5. So that was fun too. Not really. Jail turn? No, she's event welfare. She's free. Though, ironically, sometimes a welfare servant can be even worse than a story lock. Hey, nice. That's a triple stinger right there. That's what we like to see. Oh, and I also got Tamamo, Caster Tamamo on Tama Lancer's rate up. That was funny. It's like, hey, you're the wrong Tamamo. So that was funny. That was more funny than salty, to be honest. So, hey, I got a Tamo, just not in the right class, though. Yes, perfect time to use the Tama Smug emote. There is no wrong Tamo. Nope. No, sir. Farming for this one gear piece in Girls Frontline is taking fucking forever. Is the drop rate for this fucking gear piece that bad? For the past 3 days, haven't gotten a second copy of it. I feel like I'm bleeding resources at this point. Once there are 5 Tamamos, I will complete my Infinity Gauntlet. No, I need a Tamamo in every single support slot. I will not stop until they are all destroyed. No, just kidding. I won't stop until I can fit a Tam in literally every single support slot. Tama Cat, I'm not sure. I've been thinking. Am I excited for Assassin Tam? Of course. I'm not too huge a fan of her personality or what she does, but she's still a Tamos, so. We'll see how she turns out. How many demonic bodhisattvas did you get again? Yesterday? Yesterday I only got one. But I did get a lot during the Babylonia raid up, when it was on raid up as well. Alright, Rajan, however you say your name. Thanks for stopping by. And have a good night. Or, even though it's 2 p.m., yeah, have a good night. It's 2 p.m., but have a good night anyway. Have a good rest of your day, man. And have a good, nice sleep, nap, whatever you're gonna do. When did I decide I wanted to be free to play? Basically from the beginning. And, I actually didn't become free to play because of the gacha. I became free to play fittingly because I wanted to farm more. I just wanted to play the game more. And I realized, hey, wait, there's this thing called the AP system where basically if you run out of it, that means you can't play anymore. I think that's bullshit. How do I get around it? Oh, I can burn these things called Saint Quartz in order to get more AP? Alright, I'm in. Focus on damage. I mean, yeah, that's basically Tomalancer, right? Hey, double gallstone. That's good to see. Not that I need them. Or, I mean, I'm sure I will at some point. Is there a reason Jalter does so much damage? She's an Avenger, so Jalter has the highest damage rating in the game, or at least one of the highest. I'm sure there might be somebody who does more, who has a higher raw damage stat than she does at this point, but she has one of the highest, if not the highest, damage rating in the game. She also, because of her class, she also gets a free 10% damage bonus just because of her class, just because she's an Avenger. So she actually does more than that. Because she's fighting a Berserker, she does double damage. And I have Merlin, and she has her own buffs, so I'm buff stacking her. Yeah, she does a lot of damage. Basically, if there's like a big Berserker boss, that's basically that guy may as well have a big ass sign that says "Use Jalter here, Kappa." She's a pissed off lady. My name is Jalter, and I will have my revenge. My name is Victor Reznov. Hey, congrats off on the off chance. Congrats. Matahari's great. She's very underrated. Glad to see that somebody appreciates her as much as you do. Yeah, just for envy, managed to get her. I went down to literally 900 quartz flat. So, what was it? What was the math at the end of the day? It was 2200, 2270 for MP4. To get MP5, of course. It's been 2 hours already. Yeah, it's almost been 3 hours, in fact. Yeah. Appreciating your huge aesthetics. Not as much as Tam. No, actually, I think Ketz is more expensive than my Tomalancer, because you probably don't remember this, just for MB, but I had rolled for Ketz once before yesterday, and that was her debut raid up back during the Babylonia chapter debut raid up. Remember that one? If you weren't there for that, me rolling for Kets was what triggered my 2300 Saint Quartz no SSR run. And it started with Kets. How much did I spend on that? I think I should still have the stream bot up on my channel. How much did I spend for that? Did I spend like 1700 for that shit? I don't know. It was a decent bit, or it was a decent chunk. So if we combine that, then it's probably over 3800. No, I already had her Skyfell, but only MP1. So I got her from MP1 straight to MP5. Initially, I was only really planning to go for MP3, but I was like, fuck it. What's the worst that can happen, right? I'm only, I know I'm already gonna get fucked anyway. Let's see how hard I can get fucked. Easy shit, you know? Yeah, I started at 3160 crypto. 3160 all the way down to 900. Combined, yeah, she probably did. Combined, she probably cost more than Tomolancer. So she's now another proud member of my 4K club of servants who cost almost 4K quartz. What's new about boats? New UI, and the metal feature, I think it is. The metal room or whatever it's called. Basically those two. Oh, and 60 FPS. Just like Call of Duty on console. It's 60 FPS, which is actually very good. It's very nice. Alright, good to know that Jelt's still top dog in terms of raw damage. Yeah, if you already have MP5 Oz, I think you're sitting pretty. Yeah, you're sitting pretty. Azure Lane or Girls Front Line? Azure Lane. Girls Front Line too grindy. It can definitely get very grindy during events, but we don't really have that many major events. Like Deep Dive going on right now is only our third major event. Other than that, I really enjoy the grind on Girls Frontline. Mainly because like the event drops you can farm, they give you a lot of good stuff, like especially training data. I always need a lot of training data, so anything that can help me get a lot of training data. Oh, and I wasted all my buffs. Haha. Good thing I didn't blow her MP here. So that means we can at least salvage this. That's why you uninstalled it? That's a shame. It's a fun game. At least to me. Because mostly outside of events, it's not that grindy at all. No, this is get in the ring. Let's see, we still do have a Jelter chain though, so at least that's good. I dreamt about Rashomon last night. You restart the fight, bring anyone back alive with mana prisms. I want what you're. Hey, who's your dealer, Paloma? Clearly they sell that good shit. Yeah, just kidding. That's a wild dream though. Oh, you're missing out, Fubuki. There's a ton of great Tuhu vocals. Like the sheer diversity of music that Tuhu arranges can offer is staggering. I mean, that's kind of what happens when you let fans create music of your games for what, over almost 20 years now. It's Toe's over 20 years old by this point, isn't it? So people have made there are even Chinese and German bands or German circles who make Chinese and German Tuhu songs, Tuhu vocals, which is fucking amazing. Oh, and there's also a French circle, I believe. I've listened to a couple of their songs. They're actually really good. It's not so different listening to another language, because either way you don't understand shit unless you have a translation from you. The French ones are great. They're actually really good. Partly because French is kind of like Japanese, where it's a very beautiful sounding language. So, whenever they start singing, it's usually pretty good. I think the German vocals are kind of like an acquired taste. You just have to keep listening to them to appreciate them. But you get used to it eventually, I think. Oh, speaking of song diversity, we have this. This song right here, Headshot? No, this is Get in the Ring too. Now I know why my Jaltra isn't one-shotting. It's because she's MP1. Whoops.
Blue skies, hold the breeze. Dance music all down, down by the street. Doesn't stop in me now, no misery. I take it up in my way down to the club. For a set you see something picks up. Suddenly time ticking by. Oh, and the big band starts up making a scene. When the beat begins, I gotta sing it and dancing all the hills. Can't start out, can't take it wrong, yeah, swing. It got me on my feet, I jumping my.
Vocaloid isn't really my thing. I've listened to a few Vocaloid songs. Some of them are pretty good, but I don't listen to them extensively.
My heart's filled with song.
Though I've listened to enough of it from other people playing it either on their streams or friends playing them whenever I'm over hanging out with them or something. So I'm used to it. It's a bit of a Vocaloid songs are, I think, a bit of an acquired taste as well. Mystery Circle, it sounds familiar. I may have heard of it at some point. Acquired taste can be said about death metal. I mean, there's a lot of music genres that you just have to listen to a lot of to, like, you know, gain an appreciation for it. Let's just put it that way. It's not just you know, Vocaloid songs or whatever. There's a lot of songs like that. There's a lot of genres that are kind of like that. Alright, Echo Mirror in the mirror. Thanks for stopping by, and have a good night. We'll see you later. Any Yorushika songs? Yorushika. Are they a Tuhu circle? Or are they their own little thing? They might be their own little thing, honestly. Yeah, some of the extreme. Yeah, obviously the extremes are like the extremes of music. If you go too far into them, it's not really that enjoyable. Like you have to. The good music is where you gotta find a balance in those types of genres. Like if you want to make a screamo or like a death metal kind of thing, then you can't just scream into the mic the entire time. That's a little bit much, but like I think let's see, Foreground Eclipse and Draw the Emotional were two circles that I really like. Rest in pieces. Since they disbanded like what 5-6 years ago. But maybe it's been a long time since they last disbanded. They disbanded like 2012, so it's been 7 years. But yeah, yeah. Those circles are examples of people who got it right. But favorite memory playing FGO, lotteries. Lotteries or like streams where I just fuck around with stuff. Or actually no, my favorite memory. Actually, here's my favorite memory. My favorite memory was last year, going through Camelot when it first got released, and then reaching the final battle of Camelot against Lancer Artoria, and I remember recording it, and then as I was editing it, just that last part, because I had this great idea for a video, and as I was editing it, I was like, oh shit, this could be a super cool video. So I think I spent like an hour, 2 hours on it, editing the video to exactly how I wanted it to, and then it turned out fucking perfect. So that was a great experience. That was definitely probably my most memorable one. Like first playing the fight out, and then going back to edit it, and then editing all the music and the effects in. Well, I don't really use effects, but mainly the music. It just editing the music to the fight was really fucking good. I was like, shit, this could potentially be like a banger video, and turns out it was. What's going on in SP? What's going on, man? Not the coin of destiny. I mean, I could just count that as stream shenanigans. Obviously, that's very memorable. But the guy asked me what was my favorite memory playing FGO or something like that, right? So. Look at the way Nito's ears twitch. I'm pretty sure everybody who has some sort of animal ears, all their ears twitch the exact same way. Well, there's Max Spawn, Nitocris. Rest in pieces, Nitocris. Rip, Nito will never be used again. Oh no, that couldn't be further from the truth. Nitocris is such a good farmer. Max Bond will not save her from farm hell. Oh, congratulations on your Max Spawn. Now get back in there. Get back in there. Alright, Krypton, thanks for stopping by. Have a good one. Nito isn't story out. Nope, she's permanent. That's what watching streams does to you, Madao. That's what it does to you. You just sit there watching people until you realize you realize an hour's gone by, and and then you think to yourself, "Geez, have I really been watching this fucking nerd on the internet stream for a full hour?" It be like that sometimes. Cats can actually pull off a one shot too. Nice. If I happen to ban max ban Jalter here, then I'll probably switch to Cats as well, because I don't really have that much of a reason to use Cats anyway. At least not here. How close is your jaw to the Bond 10? She should be less than 100k away. Is Calde at lunchtime ever coming to Rare Mana Prism Shop? It should. I just don't know when. Need to need to target the guts. Whale problems. Truly whale problems. Do you get many? Nope. Gold foes are very hard to come by. Alright, Fubuki, thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoy your time here, and have a good dinner, and have a good rest of your night. Alright, same to you too, Tall Tale. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good night. Have you thought about becoming a Twitch affiliate for subs and all that? I've explained this a lot of times before, yeah, but I'm not interested. I could easily be an affiliate if I wanted to. In fact, I've had Twitch admins, or they're not. Are they admins? I guess you could call them admins. But I've had people working for Twitch, like affiliate partnership and all that. I've had 2 separate people email me asking me, "Hey, do you want to become an affiliate?" And both times I said no. Like, no, I'm not really interested in that. Sorry, leave me alone, please. Hey, Scarface, what's going on, man? Yeah, that's fine, headshot. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, basically, Turbo Z. Whoa, Twitch chat. Feels weird to swap over. Welcome to the better side of the stream. No, just kidding. But hey, if Twitch is turns out to be better, feel free to hang out in the Twitch side, or you could just, like some people, you can just swap in between both at your own leisure. That's always fine too. Hey, Lord Assure, what's going on, man? I'm probably going to use your basic Rashomon guide to make a quick little video. Hopefully you're okay with that. If they lifted their Twitch only platform, would you consider? Even if they did, I probably wouldn't. I still probably wouldn't, honestly, because the other reason why I don't push for affiliate is because this song is actually really good. Holy fucking shit. The other reason is because if I become a partner, right, or an affiliate or whatever, and I start to get subscriptions and whatnot, I feel like that puts me under an obligation to stream regularly, but I can't really do that in my position. I'm basically just streaming whenever I want to and whenever I have the time to. Sometimes on some days I just won't feel like streaming. I just want to be a stream monster instead. You know, just sit down, come home, and sit down at my desk and just chill and farm. And I don't even want to stream. And yeah, and all that stuff. So because of that, because of my irregular stream schedules, if you can even call it that, because of my irregular streaming habits, I feel like not having a subscription button is better for me, because that way I'm free to do literally whatever I want without having to fear, like, you know, or without having to worry about, oh hey, am I giving my subscribers their money's worth, right? Am I streaming enough to the point where the people paying me $5 a month for my content, for my stream content, which really isn't much, to be honest with you. Like, what else do I really stream other than me farming out of the Geo, right? So, yeah. I don't know. I just don't feel like pushing for an affiliate. All I'm gonna do is just this. I would rather just sit here, have a good time, not worry about whether or not I'm gonna become an affiliate or not, or a partner or not. Just have a good time farming and chilling with the rest of you guys. It's all I really care about. Like maybe in the future, obviously I'm not saying this is how it's gonna be forever. You know, in the future things could change. I could change my stance on this at any given moment because of whatever the reason. But still, for right now, this is how it is, and I would like to keep it that way. Of course, if I could dedicate even more time into streaming and whatnot, which may or may not happen in the future, then yes, the next logical step for me to take is to become an affiliate, and you know, maybe someday a partner, just like Ludes and just like K-Drop one day. But that time isn't now. So. $5 isn't that much. You'd be surprised though. You'd be surprised, Headshotted. You'd be surprised because let's say that I only had what 50 people subscribe to me, right? Let's say, for example, that I decided to get a sub button one day for my Twitch channel, and let's say, you know, after like 1 month, I get like 50 people subscribe to me. You know, that's, you know, 50 times 5, that's $250 right there. Let's divide that by half, because let's say Twitch wants like a 50% cut or some shit like that. I don't know how much of that sub money they would take as their cut, right? But let's say it's 50%. Like they get half, I get half. So that's what, $125. That's still a pack. It's not insignificant, at least not to me. Every pack counts, and that's a pack and a half. So it's definitely not little. Let's just say that with what I make from my YouTube videos, which, while it's not a lot, it's still definitely it's still, you know, enough to get me a few packs, a few extra packs here and there. So you know, it can definitely make a difference in that sense. Same thing with Twitch and sub buttons. If I were to get an affiliate button now, that definitely can help alleviate the you know, what is it? The pain that my wallet has to suffer every time I want to go for like an MP5 something, right? So it's not little. I've definitely thought about it. Definitely given this whole situation a lot of thought, but in the end I decided to just, you know, just leave things as is. Also, I'm listening to this song again because I think this song is fucking great. Let's see, is the vocalist Merami Pop? Yes, it is. No wonder it's so fucking good. And before they offer more money than your current job, that's not possible. That's not possible. That's definitely not gonna happen. When do you think Jalter will come back? Next year, at the end of January. You're gonna be waiting for a while, man. What, like 7 months? 8 months? Don't worry, those 8 months will go by faster than you think. Before you know, it's gonna be the end of the year, and Jalter's next write-up is gonna be just around the corner. Yeah, same, Headshotted, same. I admit to doing the same thing pretty much. favorite streamers, but if they're playing a game that I don't really enjoy, it's like, I think I'll pass on that for now. I'll still say stay sub to them though. I'll still whatever streamer I've subscribed to, I never unsub. But yeah, if they're playing something that maybe I'm not really quite feeling, I'll probably tune into somebody else. I do the same thing. Double-edged sword for ID streamers? Yeah, I guess. But hey, that's why you follow a lot of different streamers, right? So that you don't, if your favorite streamer is playing something you don't really particularly enjoy watching, you can always just go off and watch somebody else, and then come back when your favorite streamer starts playing something that you do enjoy watching. I mean, Twitch is a big place. You're bound to find a lot of streamers that you enjoy watching. So may as well take advantage of that. Almost done with your first PR ship. Nice. Home stretch. Home stretch. You're almost there. Yeah, I do the exact same thing, Scarface. Same here. Literally the exact same thing. Why have a TV as your background noise when you can always just pull up random Twitch streamers, or not random, but you know what I mean. TV? What's that? I know, right? Sometimes I've thought about getting cable again just so I could watch some basketball games, but I'm sure I could probably just go onto the NBA website, just buy a subscription fee there, and then just watch games live from the internet, straight from the internet. Because lately I've been watching. I've mentioned before on stream that I like watching random YouTube videos. Sometimes I end up watching like basketball highlights, especially with the playoffs going on right now. So sometimes I do want to watch some of the basketball games live. I remember when I was a kid, my brother was a big fan of, was really into basketball when he was younger, and whenever we were at home, we're not doing homework or shit, we would sometimes get together in the living room and watch basketball games, pro basketball games. Sometimes I get the itch, not always though. What team? I don't really have a favorite team. I mean, I do live in the LA County, a region, so I guess I would have to default to the Lakers, especially because when I was watching as a kid, obviously back then the Lakers were very good. Nowadays, I'm not so sure about that. Don't want to get into that whole thing because I know some people have some very strong opinions about basketball these days, but yeah, I don't know. Out of the ones remaining, I don't know. I don't really have like a favorite team. I just wanna watch some good ass basketball. That's all I really care about. Warriors of Bucks. I don't know, man. I don't know. Warriors look hot, definitely. Especially their recent games over the Trailblazers. But hey, Giannis is he's real good. So we'll see. We'll see. And the Bucks have been performing very well recently, I believe, if my memory serves it correctly. So we'll see how that pans out. All right, Madel, thanks for stopping by. Have a good rest of your day, night, wherever you are. And thanks for stopping by. I thought we followed JP's schedule. Shouldn't we get a rush next year? Nope, this year. We're 2 years behind JP Turbo Speeds. And believe it or not, it's already been 2 years. So, hey, Krim, hey, what's going on, man? About time I start farming now. It's never too late to start farming. It's 2019. Yeah, don't worry. Sometimes I think it's 2018 still. That feeling when you realize you're stuck a year in time, a year behind time. Was the next time Mordred's on raid up? When is the next time she's on raid up, actually? I don't remember. It might not be until APOC, actually, that she gets another raid up. Or actually, no, Valentine's? Maybe Valentine's. Are we gonna slow down with the event and with events and boats? I don't know, man. We're still behind the Chinese and the Japanese servers in certain areas. Like we don't have certain retrofits. We don't have certain retrofits. We don't have PR2 yet. That's for sure. I don't think we have World 13 yet either. I think we're only up to World 12, right? And we still need to get World 13. There's still quite a bit of content that we still need to get. We're not quite on par with the other servers yet. They're just running events at the same time with us with all the servers, just so that they can slowly start. They can steadily get NA caught up with everything, but. Content-wise, we're not entirely there yet. UI is good. UI is good. It's great. It's very modern looking, which is obviously very good. I do have two major problems with it though. Is that and those are sometimes on phone it's formatted pretty well, but on tablet sometimes the formatting is a little bit weird. There are screens where there's a lot of just like random empty space. That could be utilized more properly for tablet, and it seems like the boats devs didn't really have the time to think that one through. So in other words, they didn't really customize the screen formatting for like tablet users. So like I said, the result of that is that sometimes you'll have these screens where there's a lot of empty space, and they didn't bother changing the font sizes to accommodate them, or like moving some of the graphics around, or expanding enlarging some of the graphics around, or up rather, I should say. So you get this effect where there's just a lot of space that is just kind of there. It's like, huh, I wonder what's going on with that. But on phone it looks fine, because the formatting was meant to be for phone displays and not phone displays, which are typically longer in comparison with tablets, which are wider. That and I guess a sub problem of that is that the font sizes are very small. Yeah, the font sizes are very small. Sometimes it's kind of hard to see what you're reading. So yeah, that's kind of an issue. But other than that, most everything, just about everything else is fine. Those are the two only real gripes that I have about it. Other than that. Oh, did I accidentally use Jalter's MP? Oh, we are resetting that shit. What other games do you play besides Gotcha? Mainly FPSs, first-person shooters. Either that or real-time strategy. Right now, I'm trying to go through the entire Age of Empires 2 campaign because I played that game back when I was a kid, and so I got another big nostalgia trip. So I'm going back to play that again. Hey, I'm sorry for getting to you so late, but I've been having fun, just streaming. I'll probably end the stream pretty soon though, because it's late. I've already been streaming for almost 4 hours, so we'll do like a couple more runs here. HD version, yeah. Whatever the newest version of it is. Hey, she got the crit. 20% in Dream. Almost killed it. Alright, Anson. Thanks for stopping by. You too. Same to you, Lord Ashura. Actually, I think we can stop there. Yeah. Perfect time to stop. Well, just wait for the song to end at least. Actually, I don't need to relog. Your viewer count is dropping like flies. You make it sound as if I care. It's late at night. I've been streaming for 4 hours. It's almost midnight night my time. So naturally, naturally my viewer count will drop. I'm not really a late night streamer, so like some other people. Most people who watch me are daytime guys, and they have lives outside of FGO, so they need to get some sleep at some point. So, anyways, my viewer count aside, not sure why that had to be relevant. Anyways, I'm gonna call it a stream. It was a good almost 4-hour stream, not quite though, 15 minutes off, but we'll still end it here anyways. So, thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna go raid X0 again like I always do. So yeah, thanks for stopping by, and have a good one. I'll probably be streaming again, or next stream will probably be for Rashomon. So I guess look out for that. So in the meantime, thanks for stopping by, and have a good night, guys, and take care.